Birthdays are supposed to be a time of joy, a celebration of life and milestones. Yet for some, they carry an emotional weight that makes them wish the day would pass like any other. The cheer, the gifts, the attention, it all feels out of place. It's not that they dislike the idea of celebration. Rather, the past has made these special days feel like a reminder of something painful. Childhood memories, unhealed wounds, or past disappointments shadow these seemingly happy occasions. For many, birthdays are more about avoidance than joy. But why does this happen? What is it about the emotional baggage of past experiences that makes special days so complex? The answers lie in the deep, emotional intricacies we carry from our past. For many people, birthdays are not just a simple occasion marked on the calendar. They carry the weight of years gone by, filled with memories that are sometimes too heavy to bear. It's not the day itself, but the emotional complexities tied to it that make it hard to celebrate. For some, birthdays are more of a reminder of what they didn't have or what they lost along the way. A childhood that lacked the excitement of birthdays can leave a person with a deep emotional scar. Perhaps it was a family that couldn't afford celebrations or a parent who was emotionally unavailable, making every birthday feel like just another regular day. The memories that are supposed to be joyful become reminders of abandonment or neglect. For those with these experiences, birthdays become a stark reminder of what was missing: attention, love, and the sense of being special. This emotional burden is often buried deep within, only to resurface as the next birthday approaches. The thought of celebrating another year can feel like a cruel joke, especially if the past continues to haunt them. The idea of a birthday, often depicted as a day of joy, laughter, and attention, becomes a hollow experience. There is no anticipation or excitement, just a sense of dread. What is supposed to be a joyous occasion filled with gifts and attention instead feels like an obligation. The day holds no true significance except for the emotional weight of what it brings up. Even as they grow older, the memories remain, and it's as though the passage of time only deepens the sense of something lost. The joy others find in birthdays feels foreign, unreachable. People with such unresolved memories may not even realize how much their past has shaped their view of special days. They may approach their birthdays with indifference, thinking of them as just another day. The idea of a big celebration full of joy and surprises feels out of place. Deep inside, there's a fear. What if this day brings up more painful memories? What if, in the midst of all the cheer, they still feel the absence of something they've never had? Ultimately, unresolved memories shape how a person views birthdays. Rather than a time of joy, they become a reminder of what was missing, what still feels absent even as the years go by. This emotional weight, unacknowledged and hidden, lingers, quietly influencing how they approach the special days in their lives. As we move through life, birthdays come with a growing sense of expectation, not only from others, but from ourselves. What once might have been a simple day of cake and candles can become a complex emotional landscape filled with pressure, anxiety, and even dread. For some, this pressure isn't just about celebrating another year of life. It's about meeting the ideals of what a perfect birthday should look like. From a young age, we're conditioned to expect birthdays to be special. Movies, social media, and even the people around us paint the picture of a perfect celebration. Glittering parties, elaborate gifts, and an overwhelming outpouring of attention. These societal expectations are subtly ingrained into our minds, making us feel that if our birthday doesn't meet these standards, it's somehow inadequate. We come to believe that we must be surrounded by friends, showered with presents, and feel a sense of joy that's almost forced. But what if that doesn't happen? What if there's no grand celebration, no surprise party, or even a gift to unwrap? For some, that gap between the ideal and the reality can feel painful. The pressure builds, and instead of feeling grateful for the day, there's a sense of failure. Failure to meet the expectations of what should be. This feeling is compounded by social comparisons, especially in a world where everyone's lives are often overshared online. Scrolling through Instagram, it's easy to feel as though everyone else is having a more exciting, better birthday, creating a sense of inadequacy. The expectations don't just come from external sources, they are often self-imposed. We internalize the idea that our birthday should be a reflection of how well we're doing in life, how happy we are, and how loved we feel. If we don't feel those things on our birthday, it can feel like a personal failure. This is particularly true for people who struggle with loneliness or self-worth. The day that should be about celebrating life becomes a reminder of what's missing, whether it's a romantic partner, a strong social circle, or the feeling of being truly seen and appreciated. This pressure can also come from well-meaning friends and family. They want to make the day special for us, but their efforts can sometimes feel overwhelming or misguided. The constant questioning of what do you want for your birthday or how should we celebrate can make the person feel even more burdened. The weight of their expectations, coupled with the need to meet others' standards of celebration, creates a paradox. You want to enjoy the day, but instead, you're overwhelmed by the pressure to make it everything it's supposed to be. In the end, the pressure of expectations turns birthdays into a source of stress rather than joy. Instead of embracing the day as a time of reflection and celebration, it becomes a battleground where self-doubt and outside pressures clash, leaving many to wonder if it's even worth the emotional cost. As the years go by, birthdays start to carry a different weight. What was once a joyful occasion becomes a reminder of the relentless passage of time. The fear of aging, of growing older, can overshadow the celebration of life itself, making birthdays feel less like milestones to be cherished and more like markers of what's slipping away. For many, the thought of another year passing evokes a sense of anxiety, regret, and an overwhelming realization that time waits for no one. Aging is often linked to societal expectations about where we should be in life by a certain age. By the time we reach a certain milestone like 30 or 40, there's an unspoken pressure to have achieved specific goals, career success, a stable relationship, a family. When these achievements haven't been reached, birthdays become a painful reminder of time slipping away, of things that haven't materialized the way we hoped. Every year feels like a countdown to reaching goals that seem further out of reach. For some, the fear of aging is tied to the physical changes that come with it. The first gray hairs, the wrinkles, the slower metabolism, these are all visible signs that we are no longer the youthful, vibrant version of ourselves. While others might embrace the aging process with grace, for some, it's a source of deep anxiety. The thought of growing older can feel like a loss, not just of appearance, but of time itself. It's a reminder that life is finite, that we're closer to the end of the journey than to the beginning, and that the clock is ticking. The fear of aging is often accompanied by a sense of regret. Regret over unfulfilled dreams, missed opportunities, or paths not taken. Birthdays, which should be a time of celebration, instead bring these thoughts to the forefront. They force us to confront the things we wish we had done differently, the experiences we wish we had pursued, and the moments we let slip by. As we reflect on the passage of time, it's easy to become consumed by what we haven't accomplished rather than what we've gained. In some ways, the fear of aging can also reflect a deeper existential anxiety, the awareness that life is fleeting and we don't know how much time we truly have. The passage of time makes us reflect on our mortality, on the fact that birthdays mark not just another year of living, but another year closer to death. This realization can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. The pressure to make the most of every day can lead to feelings of inadequacy, as if every year should be filled with grand achievements and meaningful moments. Yet, despite the fear and anxiety that come with aging, birthdays can also be a time for reflection and acceptance. They force us to look back and see how far we've come, even if we're not where we thought we'd be. While the fear of aging is real, it's also a reminder that life is fragile and precious, something worth appreciating even as the years pass by. In embracing both the fear and the gratitude that birthdays bring, we can find a way to live fully, even as time marches on. For some, birthdays are a time to retreat, not to celebrate. The idea of a grand party surrounded by well-wishers and gifts can feel overwhelming rather than exciting. The desire for solitude on a birthday often stems from a deeper need for peace, introspection, and emotional respite away from the expectations of others. While society often associates birthdays with socializing, attention, and loud celebrations, there are those who find solace in quiet reflection, where they can truly connect with themselves without the external pressures of performance or obligation. For introverts or those who struggle with social anxiety, the thought of being the center of attention, even for a day, can feel like an emotional burden. The constant focus on them, the need to be cheerful, the pressure to engage with others, and the expectation to enjoy the festivities can create a sense of discomfort that far outweighs any potential joy. The fear of disappointing others or not living up to the expectation of being happy can leave a person feeling drained, anxious, and even resentful. In these moments, being left alone is not just a preference, but a necessity for emotional well-being. On their birthday, the desire for solitude could be a form of self-care. It's not about rejecting the love and attention of friends and family, but rather about taking a step back from the noise to recharge and reconnect with one's inner self. For those who have been through emotional turmoil or struggle with deep personal issues, birthdays can serve as a quiet reminder of how much healing is still needed. In solitude, they can process their thoughts, reflect on the past year, and regain a sense of control over their emotions. The solitude isn't always about loneliness. It's about seeking a space to breathe and reflect without the interference of social norms or expectations. It offers a sanctuary free from the demands to perform happiness. Some people use this time to engage in activities that bring them peace, like reading, writing a journal, walking in nature, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee. These moments, though seemingly mundane, are significant acts of self-love. They allow individuals to restore their energy and remind themselves that it's okay to take a break from the hustle and bustle of life, even on a day that's meant for celebration. Moreover, the desire for solitude on one's birthday often reflects a broader need for emotional independence. It's a rejection of the idea that one's happiness must be dictated by others or by societal standards. Instead, it's an affirmation of self-sufficiency, of being content in one's own company, free from external validation. In solitude, a person is reminded that they don't need external celebrations to validate their worth or happiness. They can celebrate themselves in their own way, on their own terms. In essence, for those who prefer solitude, birthdays become an opportunity to reconnect with themselves, to find peace, and to embrace the quiet strength that comes from being alone. It is a gentle reminder that true happiness doesn't always come from crowds, gifts, or parties, but from the ability to be content in one's own company. Through this solitude, individuals can heal, recharge, and in their own way, celebrate the life they've lived so far. While birthdays can often bring up complex emotions, they can also offer an opportunity for healing and growth. For many, the emotional weight of the day, shaped by past pain, unresolved memories, or societal expectations, can begin to shift with time. With self-awareness and personal growth, people can learn to redefine their birthdays, transforming them from reminders of what was lost to symbols of resilience and new beginnings. Healing, though a long process, allows individuals to reclaim their birthdays in a way that feels empowering and true to their own experience. The process of redefining a birthday starts with acceptance. accepting that birthdays, just like any other day, are not inherently tied to perfection. It's about letting go of the pressure to have a flawless celebration, free from imperfection. For many, this shift in perspective begins by focusing less on how others perceive the day and more on how it feels to them personally. By focusing inward, the need for grand parties or constant socialization diminishes. Instead, people can choose to make the day meaningful in a more personal, grounded way. For some, healing means breaking free from the emotional scars that previous birthdays left behind. Whether it was neglect, loss, or trauma, the emotional baggage can often make special days feel like triggers. Yet with healing, there comes a recognition that these scars don't have to define them. Birthdays can evolve into moments of self-reflection, of acknowledging how far they've come and the strength it took to get there. The celebration then becomes about honoring one's own journey rather than focusing on what was missing or painful in the past. Redefining a birthday also means redefining what it means to celebrate. For many, the external trappings of a celebration, gifts, parties, and elaborate plans lose their appeal over time. Instead, they may choose to spend the day in ways that bring them peace, connection, or fulfillment. This could mean spending time alone in nature, practicing gratitude through journaling, or having an intimate meal with close friends and family. The focus is no longer on meeting others' expectations, but on nurturing the internal sense of well-being and contentment. In the process of healing, birthdays become less about a singular day and more about how one approaches the year as a whole. Rather than waiting for that one day to feel special, people begin to recognize that every day is an opportunity for growth, self-care, and reflection. Birthdays become markers of progress, acknowledging not just the passing of time, but the progress made in healing, learning, and becoming more attuned to one's true self. In this journey of redefining, people also learn the power of small, meaningful acts. Sometimes, celebrating means taking a quiet moment to acknowledge one's own achievements, or perhaps to express gratitude for the people who've been part of their journey. These small moments, though understated, hold significant power. They create a new relationship with the concept of a birthday, one that is less about external celebration and more about inner peace, healing, and personal evolution. Ultimately, redefining birthdays is an act of self-compassion. It's about understanding that it's okay to feel conflicted or even indifferent about the day, and that true celebration comes from within. It's about healing old wounds, embracing the present, and accepting that growth takes time. Birthdays, in this new light, become an opportunity not just to look back on the past, but to appreciate the strength it took to move forward. By redefining the day, people can make it something uniquely their own, a personal celebration of life, resilience, and the quiet beauty of healing.